nothing in this world matters and it's going to have more impact in your life than your social circle, the relationships that you have. You're talking about social circle game. That's part of it. Your jobs are going to come from weak ties, from somebody recommending you. Girl, how many girls have been on this show and said that they slept with that guy because their friend introduced them to him? So the network that you build, the lifestyle that you live, your happiness in life is going to be incredibly impacted. A majority of it will be influenced by that social circle.
Yeah.
If you have people in your life, and you have to do a friendship audit, just like a computer, just like your life, the longer you're around, the more damage, bullshit you are taking on. You have to process that shit. You have to cut it out. You have to do a friendship audit.
Yeah.
Is this person adding to my life? Are they taking away or are they redundant? Right? You can do that. You could do that same thing with the food in your house, the info diet that you have, with the media that you take in. Is this adding to my life? Is it enhancing it? Is it redundant, or is it taking away? If it's taking away, they got to go. They got to go. I don't care if that's been Bobby and he's been your best friend since 5 years old and you're your neighbor and you guys have done everything together. Right now, he's fucking your shit up.
Yeah.
He can have less time. You don't have to cut him out. No one's being in a cult here where you got to cut ties with everybody, but you have to recognize that that friendship has an influence. And if you don't have friends who are motivating, inspiring, and giving you something to aspire to, then they're taking away from your life, right? The friends that you have, you got to be like, oh shit, AJ's going golfing again. That means he's getting better on his game. And next time I go out with him, I'm going to look like shit. I need to get my ass out there, right? Or I need to get out there and start meeting some new people or jump back in this dating pool. Your friends are going to have the biggest impact in that. And you have to, we just interviewed Steven Kotler, and the whole book, his newest book, is NAR Country, High Performance After 50 Years Old. One of the biggest parts of that book, and we had a major whole clip about it, which is replacement friends. Because as we get older, we're losing friends. They're getting married. They're dropping out. They're getting preoccupied. They have other shit going on.
Or they don't like that you have money now. Or they don't like they don't like that you're dating their favorite Instagram model. I mean, I heard. I don't know that personally to be the case. I'm just saying.
It happens. And every decision that you make to better your life, you're pissing off somebody else.
Yes.
So you're going to be losing friends. The more conscious that you've expanded in order to make better decisions in your life, to enhance it, to get more enjoyment out of it, you're leaving other people behind. You are a herd animal. You need people around you in order to feel safe, secure, and able to move forward. However, you're going to have to leave one herd to the next herd in order to advance. Every time you drop a group of friends, you're opening yourself up to newer friends. As you get older, you have to have those replacement friends, and the people you bring in, they have to be motivating, aspiring, and aspiring.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, a lot of the other coaches like Brad Lee, Wes Watson, Dan Fleischman, Ryan Stewman, those guys, Cole Hatter, and I just had Eric Spofford here. Those are the guys that I want to surround myself with, because when we go out, I am by far the poorest one that is in that room. I am by far the least successful. And so that's one of the things that I definitely want to change. Going back to what you said before about being a herd animal. So whenever what you're saying is true, because it is true, it has to, if it's pervasive amongst Homo sapiens, it has to exist somewhere in evolution.
Oh yeah.
During the ancestral period, where you have to think about, there were times where, right now, if you have some really poor choices in your life, you can still have babies. You can fuck up a ton, cheat on your wife, cheat on your husband, live in a trailer, and still babies can come out of you like that, right? But your ancestors didn't work like that. Your ancestors, every decision they made had to aid in survival. And so the decisions that they made that aided in survival, they would get a reward, mental reward for that, killing the meat, protecting the tribe, whatever, feeding the tribe, making the clothes, whatever it was, raising the children. And then the things that you did that weren't helped with survival, you would get a negative effect, which is why when you think about it, which one of these two guys would do better? The one who went out with the team and killed the gazelle, or the one who stayed in the cave and felt sorry for himself? Obviously, he's going to feel worse. So the whole thing you said about your network, Networking is an evolutionary adaptation. This is what your ancestors did. And this is the reason why whenever you hear very, very wealthy people, billionaires, I'll have to go make a decision. What do they say? I need to go take a walk. And there's usually another very successful person next to them while they're taking a walk. And their brain goes into this different place with dopamine and norepinephrine and serotonin. Again, read the book Spark. It goes into this very, very specifically. And that's where that comes from. So there's an evolution. Anytime we talk about things like I did this and I felt better, I promise you we can find an evolutionary reason for that. But when we talk about I took Xanax and I felt better, there's no Xanax in our evolutionary past. There is no, when I did this on my phone and I felt better, your phone was not in the ancestral environment. Your phone does not exist in anthropology. And so that's one of the reasons why this is the reason why I love this book, is because no matter how much you think we're going to change, it takes 40,000 generations for us to legitimately change. From us to going back to like Australopithecus, we could still breed with Neanderthals. We weren't that different from these other hominids. But the thing that makes us, you come to this realization is we have 15 years of Facebook and 300,000 years of being nomadic hunter-gatherers, 11,700 years of agricultural revolution. And when you weigh all that evolutionary pressure, you're like, this is why I am. This is why I like a small waist and big boobs. This is why I like a symmetrical face. This is why women like this shoulder to waist ratio. This is the reason why. And my heterosexuality isn't a social construct. It actually is genetics, which is another offensive thing. And so that's essentially what, going back to what you're saying about us being tribe animals, I completely agree.
Yeah. And that tribe needs to be able to depend on you.
Yes.
And if you are a low value guy, let's say that all the guys are going off to get some food the next day. And for whatever reason, you decide, you know what, I'm tired of going out there. And sometimes I'm the butt of jokes and I just can't hang. I'm going to hang back and probably talk to some of these girls as they're making some jackets and things.
Yeah.
Right. There's only so many times you're going to be able to do that before you go off hunting one day and you don't come back.
Yeah, for sure.